Welcome to another Broadway Profile Show Spotlight. I'm your host, Tamsin Fidel. The iconic film Mean Girls comes to life on the Broadway stage with a totally fetch cast, incredible songs, and more. And now the national tour is headed your way. For 16 years and counting, Mean Girls has been an enduring part of pop culture. Of course, the musical is based on the hit movie that helped define a generation, starring Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, and Tina Fey, who also wrote the book for Mean Girls, the musical.
It's interesting, when we first said we were going to do it, everyone said, well, you're going to update it, and you have to do social media, you have to do so much social media. And then so I actually talked to some teenagers. We had brought, early in the rehearsal period, I brought some young women to see the show, and they were kind of like, by the way, like, don't think you have to do a ton of social media for us to get it. Like, we get it.
They want me to have lunch with them all week. It's so fetch.
The show is genuinely laugh-out-loud funny and guaranteed to bring audiences to their feet each and every night. The Broadway production, nominated for a dozen Tony Awards in 2018, including Best Musical. The show also won Broadway.com's Audience Choice Award.
You can't sit with us.
And one of the amazing highlights of the tour is singer-songwriter Mariah Rose Faith. She plays the Queen Bee, Regina George. Of course, Regina George is a massive deal. She and her two besties make up the Plastics. And yeah, they still wear pink every Wednesday. You might recognize Mariah from the musical theater company Teen Star Kid on YouTube. In fact, that's how she landed this starring role.
Such an iconic film, Mean Girls, and so I feel like you get the audience already so excited, right? Because they kind of know what to expect, though the musical and the stage performance, I think it just takes it to another level, really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always crazy stepping into a role that people know so well, like you said. But there's also that thrill of it too, because people are so eager. These are some of their favorite characters that they've grown up with, and sometimes now, like, we have parents who grew up with these characters who are taking their kids, which is really cool and exciting. So you have this generational thing, but there's also an expectation on yourself to make sure that you can deliver. I play Regina George, who is this like quintessential, in the dictionary, mean girl. You know, that is who you imagine. Which is wild for me because I'm so the Janice in real life, like the quirky art freak weirdo. But it's great to be someone that you're not and step into that. And for us, like, our entrance is on like this table where these doors completely open wide, and there we are, like power stance, ready to go. And every single night I get to do that with like my two best friends, Megan and Jonalyn, who are the other Plastics, and we're just like this awesome trio, this awesome team. So it lifts you up. It reminds you that what you're doing is not only just awesome for you, but awesome for the 2,000-3,000 people that get to watch you. And I mean, it is a joy. It's a joy every single night.
How do you relate to your character, because you're so unlike your character?
Yeah, that was a journey. Thank God for our creative team. They really helped me feel okay with being mean and my own version of that, and help me understand in what world I could have been that way, because it was hard for me to see that. I'm also someone who like loves cracking a joke. I love comedy. That's where I feel like my center is most of the time. So I also kind of designed her to be like, oh, I'm not being mean, I'm just being funny. And that's her way to justify all the hurt that she's doing. It's like, it's just a joke. You can't take a joke. So that helped me to find that. But of course, like, it's hard. It's hard being mean to the people that you love every single night. But thank God we have those moments backstage in Crossing where you just can touch someone on the shoulder and be like, hey, love you. You're killing it out there.
I feel like because you have different generations coming together to see this, I think that's super special, especially when you're traveling across the country. What has that been like?
It's always funny because whatever city you're in, like one city might like really love a joke and the next city is like, I don't really get it. That's usually what I find to be the difference, is like certain points when people laugh, but we're there for at least a week. So on that first day, we kind of go like, oh, okay, they love this. This is kind of odd for them. Let's focus on this. Traveling in general, I mean, it's been such a privilege. I didn't travel most of the country prior to tour, so this has been amazing for me.
Here's my secret strategy. It always works because the world doesn't end. It just feels like it does. So raise your right finger and solemnly swear whatever whatever they say about me, I don't care.
Another one of the unbelievable performances in the Mean Girls tour comes from Mary-Kate Morrissey. She's taking on the role of Janice. She stopped by the Broadway.com studios to perform her show-stopping solo, I'd Rather Be Me.
I'd rather be me, I'd rather be me than be with you.
We all know the Mean Girls story is hysterical, but also the stage production is visually spectacular. And the songs, of course, are genuine crowd pleasers. And that's all thanks to the all-star creative team. We mentioned the story is written by the iconic Tina Fey. The music penned by her husband, Jeff Richmond, with lyrics by Nell Benjamin. And the show is directed and choreographed by one of the most celebrated names in the business, Casey Nicholaw.
Mean Girls in particular is interesting to me because we see a lot of movies to musicals, but now we're seeing movies to musicals back to movies again, which I think is kind of interesting because it's also bringing those crowds back and seeing those stories told in a different way.
You get to see these characters fleshed out. You get to actually hear them sing, and you get to get deeper into who they are because they're singing, and we get to expand on that and decide the places that we would expand on that. Like, how would Damien sing? What would Janice's voice be? You know, and we all work together to figure that out. You know, and Jeff Richmond and Nell Benjamin, you know, did such a great job with the score and with really, you know, deepening the characters with the music.
I mean, the score is just incredible, and you know, and Tina Fey involved, and just you hear her voice. You just hear her voice in that story. Talk a little bit about that in working with her.
She is so quick in how she talks and how she writes, and you know, that kind of humor, that's like her trademark. It was tough for me staging wise to figure out exactly how we were going to accomplish that, which is why we have these projections in the show, so everything moves quickly. You know, instead of, you could never like stop to wait for a scene change. She'll want to be in 4 locations in 2 pages, and you can't go that many places and build that many sets and have it be economically feasible. And also too, we're also using the screens for the comedy. This is really about getting laughs, getting Tina's laughs that are in the script, and then also getting laughs on their own with the screens.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the touring shows, because you know, we talk about Broadway all the time, but touring shows across the country, if people don't realize it, are just incredible.
The tours are fantastic, and it's so much fun for us to go see a tour because we see audiences responding with as much enthusiasm as people on opening nights in New York, because they're seeing it for the first time. It's really cool and really exciting. You know, it feels like, okay, I'm going to another city to go see another production of the show, and then I get those chills and thrills all over again by seeing it.
Once again, Mean Girls the Musical is headed your way. For more information on the national tour, visit meangirlsontour.com. Until next time, I'm Tamsin Fidel, and this is the Broadway Profile Show Spotlight.